No, I gotta say, I feel like I've made some decent headway into the, WAD list. I just played over the last 2 days, like all of this afternoon WAD made by the same people as Spectrum, at least mostly. It was really cool. Um, what are they called? Mini maps, speed maps. Yeah, a lot of that. All right. So next Judgment map. This is the. Oh, this is gonna be terrible to explain. Okay. So at the end of map 8, there's a secret exit, which is not marked as a secret, to map 33. Then 33, I think, takes us back to 9. Ooh, I didn't recognize this one in like the first frame, and now I do. Oh, this was one of the more frustrating ones, I gotta say. This is, I would call it like classic slaughter map. Wide open space, not arena style, where you're taking space. You're trying to clear out the tower that's attacking your current position, and that tower guards some other spot, and then from that other spot, you can shoot down another defensive post. That sort of taking space. When I think of a more modern, quote unquote, like this is an MBF 21 map, right? This is a modern map. But when I think of a modern, quote unquote, slaughter map, I think of arena style or herding lots of monsters in a larger space and more use of infighting. But, you draw your lines wherever. None of these are official terms. None of them mean anything on their own. They are only just lenses for us to talk about stuff. Also, this Kako is just such a rude guy, peeking through the woods here. So yeah, this map has a lot of the early slaughter map tendencies, where you can kind of get sniped from across the map, or blow yourself up on a Kako you weren't expecting. Which is one of the reasons why this took so many attempts. And a lot of the areas you can run away from, not all of them, and by a lot of, I mean this one specifically. But it is a map where you get quite a few options. For example, I just got the rocket launcher before I got the super shotgun. When given the chance, I try to get the big guns early. It's a pretty classic setup, you pick up the weapon, or you get close to it, more and more monsters spawn in. And what gets difficult is the whole... What am I even saying? What am I even talking about? Oh, yeah. I don't want to fight those revenants, because at the same time, the cyber demon is attacking me, but I don't want to attack the cyber demon because I don't have my super shotgun yet. So it's like, okay, I need to get the super shotgun so I can fight the cyber, but then the revenants are here and they're just awkward in this space. Now there is a plasma rifle there, which I just don't want to mess with. For a split second, like I didn't register that I wasn't currently playing, and I saw this moment where I died like a billion times. Honestly, the fight's not that hard. I just, for whatever reason, I was having a difficult time with it. Also appreciate the 45 health loss souls. I don't know if it's 45, but that tends to be what people switch it to. I appreciate the lower health loss souls, let's say that. Yeah, that fight with the pain elementals, it's just rough. Anytime you've got pain elementals and cybers in a close area, it gets spicy. So yeah, I skipped getting the plasma rifle until I have these guys knocked out, because I want 0 other enemies so that I can slowly take my time and aim at those archviles with a rocket. Because I think 2 are gonna spawn when I picked up the plasma. 2 will spawn when I picked it up in the past. Honestly, it makes sense, right? Yep, there are the 2 vials. I'm like, I'm out. I'm backing up. So maybe the biggest part of strategy difference is... I thought I was supposed to spawn monsters. Ooh, look at that. A Berserk secret in a map with a BFG and enough ammo to actually use it? Whoa, that's useless. I've said it before. Literally the only complaint I have about this map set is a couple useless items, like partial invis or berserks when I don't need them. Otherwise, this is a pretty cool set. Alright. You know how it is when enemies are surrounding you, and when they have the high ground, and when they're pain elementals. It gets tough. Though having a height difference is arguably an advantage against revenants specifically, because then you have another axis to dodge their homers. And the BFG has a hard time, in particular, when you're surrounded. I did have a couple runs end because I just needed another BFG shot, and I wasn't able to break through the wall. Once we get to, I'd say, map 12-ish, that's when I started feeling comfortable with the special Judgement retrial monsters, like the... what do I call it? The Black Baron? I want to call it the Green Baron, but I associate green with the Hell Knight. So maybe he's a Black Baron. Yeah, cool map. Yeah, I think the big difference between those classic slaughter maps with the big open spaces is you're choosing what order to tackle everything. And there are a lot of viable options. Whereas for arena maps, you're choosing like individual movement stuff and dodging projectiles individually. But again, there's such a range. But okay. That will be that. I'll probably do a Spectrum video right after this. Maybe. We'll see.